All right, guys, I'm going to give you a few phrases just to help you understand what matters when it comes to different parts of health and fitness. This is something that I think a lot of people get twisted, all right? Like, people look to strength training and cardio to be like a primary source of fat loss. It's one of the biggest errors I see, and I just want to nip it in the bud, and I want you to understand why we do what we do, so you're going about this properly. Because I don't want you to be one of those people that ignore some of these other things that matter a lot, and then you're just like out there doing a bunch of cardio thinking it's going to help you lose weight, all right? So here's the thing. We dial in our calories for weight loss. Or another way of putting this is, we control our calories, whether through tracking or not. We eat the right amount of calories for our goal. Most of our clients want to lose weight. But if you're trying to maintain, you got to eat the right amount of calories to maintain. If you're trying to, gain weight, bulk up, then you got to eat more calories so that you got to, eat more calories than you're burning so that you can gain weight. But regardless, calories control your weight. So we control calories for weight loss. It is the protein intake that helps us keep muscle, part one anyway. Because if you just drop your calories, you're going to lose weight, but you're going to lose a good chunk of fat, but also a good chunk of muscle. We don't want to lose muscle. So that's why we eat protein, which is part one of helping us keep muscle while we lose fat. Then strength training, we strength train again to help us keep muscle. It's part two. So the strength training tells the body, we're using these muscles, don't get rid of them. While you're losing weight, don't get rid of them. And then the protein provides the building blocks to allow the body to recover and keep the muscle while you're losing weight. Notice I didn't say anything about carbs and fats in here. If you're keeping your calories and your protein in check, for the most part, besides like extremes and health issues, it does not matter your breakdown of fats and carbs. Now, fats are essential, carbs are more or less essential. Technically, they're non-essential. That's another video for another day. But they are very beneficial for the vast majority of people. But if your calories and protein are in check, it doesn't matter where your fats and carbs are. Like, you will lose fat. You will lose weight, period. Okay? And the strength training and the protein are going to ensure that all that weight you are losing is coming from fat and not muscle. Now, we do cardio. Cardio, it does burn some calories. It might provide a little bonus for fat loss. But primarily, we don't do cardio for fat loss. We do it for health and for increased energy, better recovery, all that stuff, okay? And then NEAT. NEAT is non-exercise activity time. That's pretty neat, huh? All right, so NEAT, non-exercise activity time. This would be like you're walking. This would be like fidgeting. Anything that you're doing during the day that's not, like anything more than lying on the couch, right? Anything more than that, that's also like not exercise, like specific cardio or strength training, that's NEAT. We actually burn, unless you're like training for a marathon or a sport or something like that, which most of you aren't, the majority of the calories, well, number one, the majority of calories that you burn throughout the day is called your base metabolic rate. This is just like what it would take to keep your body functioning, like all your organs functioning, even if you're in a coma, lying there doing nothing. That's like, for most people, 60-70% of the calories burned throughout the day. And so like exercise is a much smaller percentage than that. It matters, but like most of your fat loss is coming just by existing and keeping your calories in check. All right, and then the strength training and the protein ensures that, of the weight we are losing, most of it is most of it is fat, not muscle. Cardio, it can help, but I don't even like to list it as like a fat loss contributor. It is to a degree, but for some reason, people feel like they can just like not change their diet and do a bunch of cardio. It's almost never going to work, again, unless you are training like for a sport or training for a marathon multiple hours a day. All right, so NEAT is actually, again, if we're talking about a 20-30 minute, even a 20-30 minute intense cardio session, most people are burning more calories per day through NEAT than they are through cardio, even intense cardio. So we want to ramp up. That's why we love to focus on walking and your outside the gym activity plan, all right? That NEAT is so, so important. But even then, it's primarily for health, but it's a nice little fat loss bonus, all right? So if you want to lose fat, number one, control your calories. The strength training and protein is there, not to necessarily burn more fat, but to ensure that more of the weight that is lost is fat and you're keeping or building muscle. Cardio, it might help a little bit with fat loss, but it cannot be. You've got to address these things first. You've got to address these things first, or you're gonna get lackluster results at best. So we primarily do cardio for health, energy, and all that. And cardio is great, just know why you're doing it. And it's not a replacement for these things. I can't harp on that enough, but I'll stop for now. And then NEAT, it is a great way. It is a great way because it is low stress. It doesn't require your body to recover from anything. It's extremely low stress way for you to burn a lot more calories just by fidgeting, getting up and walking a little bit more. It's a little extra bonus for the fat that you'll be losing. And it requires almost no extra effort. So know why you're doing things. It's very, very important that you know why you are doing things, so you do them correctly and you do them for the right reasons.